Okay, thank you for coming.
Geno, you're now 4 away from 1,200 wins. Doug was just talking
Am I?
about, yeah, about how it's so good to see women's basketball actually getting some TV time with what Tara did, and now with what you're doing. Can you just address what it kind of means to be doing this?
I mean, obviously, the longevity part, what it takes to to reach those kind of numbers. Um, Not everyone's fortunate enough to have that many years. Um, I've never thought of it in terms of how many wins or how many people or comparisons, but the fact that it happened, and I think it's a great accomplishment, whether it's a man, a woman, coaching men's basketball, women's basketball, any sport, to get to that level. So, congrats to Tara, and hopefully she's got a lot more left in her.
You had a season low 3-pointer on threes again. How much of it was a tease to see AZ there, not being able to use her, and what do you think you need to do to really nail down becoming better on the perimeter?
Well, we shot a lot of free throws today, so there weren't a lot of possessions where we had the ball long enough to do anything, and we didn't shoot a lot of them in transition. And we had such a huge advantage in the lane that we decided to go that way. Some games it's just that's the way the game goes. Obviously, 14 is not a number that we would like. We always want to shoot more than that. But at the same time, we're going to do what we need to do to win the game. And tonight, I think that was the game. Today, that was the game.
Coach, you turned DePaul over 27 times, 18 times in the first half. Was that like a special goal coming in to try to turn him over more, or was it something that sort of just happened?
Some of those we helped. Some of those they just did it on their own. I thought coming out of the Seton Hall game, I thought that was one area where we didn't really force a lot of turnovers, and that was a big point of emphasis coming in today to get more easy opportunities for ourselves. And they're not an easy team to defend because they move so much. And they move you, side to side, in and out, and so you got a lot of running around, a lot of chasing to do. And I thought we put a lot of pressure on them, a lot of ball pressure to begin with up top, and then that just kind of filtered down to everybody else.
You bring Q off the bench first today instead of Ice like you have the last couple of games. Just kind of how are you managing those two in rotation and when you need who? And, just with Q especially, kind of how has she bounced back from that little slump she had a couple weeks ago or a couple games ago?
Yeah. I don't think there's any set way that I go about it. I just look out there and see what do we need and what's the matchups. I went into the game today thinking if we're fortunate enough to be able to get more players in the game earlier, I want to try to do that. But I just go by looking out there and saying, what do we need right now? Can we guard them a certain way? And I just thought it was a great thing to do at that time. Tomorrow or Tuesday it could be different. They're a much bigger team. We play Tuesday, so Tuesday might be different.
Paige is trying to impact the game in any way she can. Tonight she steps in and takes that charge in the first quarter. Can you just talk about what she does?
Well, yeah, we were discussing that there's a huge impact that she has on the game, and some people, their impact is scoring the ball, and for her impact is just so many different ways. The way she plays the game, how much she's grown as a defensive player. She just has a knack. She has a sense of where to be, when to be there. Where's the ball? You got a kid that could probably get 35 every night if she wanted to, and is just as happy sitting there and watching her teammates play and knowing that she has to guard she has to guard bigger guys, and she's embraced it. She wants to rebound. She wants to try to play physical as much as she can. There's just no part of the game that takes her by surprise. I think that's just she's remarkable in that way.
So, Geno, do you feel like, again, she's the best player in the country? As she won all the awards her first year, do you feel like now she's the best player in the country?
Well, I mean, I always think that that's who's the best player in the country is so subjective, right? I mean, and every coach is going to say, yeah, my player is. I would just put it this way. I haven't seen every team play, obviously, but I would like to see some kind of snapshot of who in the country impacts the game more than she does, in so many different ways. So does that mean she's the best player in the country? I mean, I wouldn't trade her for anybody. I mean, and I think if she was coming off 2 or 3 National Player of the Year things, we probably wouldn't even be having this discussion. It would be like automatic, right? But she spent all that time away, and I think she's reminding everybody little by little.
You've talked about this is the Ashlyn that you recruited. How nice is it to have her as a reliable third scoring option now?
Yeah, we've kind of gotten accustomed to spurts where she just does what she does. That's who she is. You recruit a kid who's a scorer, and they come to college, and you want them to this is who I am. This is what I do. If you'd have told me, that she was going to get 19 shots, I would say, man, what's everybody else going to do? That's a big number. So she wasn't really efficient today. If you need 19 shots to score 21 points, Paige took 10 shots and scored 20 points. So I think she's probably had more efficient games. But I like the fact that she's aggressive. And the more that can be encouraged, the better.
We saw Caroline walking around on the court before the game. Didn't see her on the bench or anything during the game. What is her status? Do you expect her back at all this year? And is it just, the same old?
Yeah, there's, she's constantly being evaluated all the time. every day almost. And there's some stuff going on this week, so I would say by early next week we should have a definitive answer to that question. Yeah.
Do you like the way Nika's playing right now? I mean, I think she moved into 8th all-time on your career assist, and it seems like she's just gotten into a good rhythm between the assist and the scoring.
Yeah. If you remember Nika as a freshman, you never knew what she was going to do next. She would throw the ball into the worst places, and she would try things that were just so difficult to do. And you look at her now, and she is comfortable now. She's comfortable knowing that I've got the right people around me that I can rely on. I don't have to be the only one that has to get an assist. We've got a lot of pretty good passers on our team, and the fact that she's making shots, that's just giving her a lot of confidence. So she's just playing with a lot more belief in herself, and she's learned a lot about the game. She sees things out there. Something happened in the Seton Hall game where they came off the bench, and before they went out on the court, she's talking to Paige about something that she had seen that she wanted Paige to do, and stuff like that wasn't really happening back in the day when she was younger. So she has a great feel for our team, and she's got a great feel for where she is right now.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, thanks, guys.
Players